video to show everybody how to use the Nerivio Migra, which is the new device by Theranica, which I just got just over a week ago, and I thought that that might be helpful for some of you. So there are different components to it. When you first get your Nerivio Migra, this is the actual device. It's very small. It has an on button right here, which does not turn it off, by the way. It's just an on button. And on the back, you'll see the code for and the serial number for the device. And then here is the band that goes around your arm, and I'm going to show you all these things as I actually put it on. And then you have an app called the Nerivio app, which won't show you very much until I actually start the device. So I'm going to go through it so you can see. So first of all, when you first start the device, you're going to push this little button, and there should be a green light that goes on and off. I'm not sure if you can see that. There you go. See, it's flashing. Once you know that that's flashing, then your app should show on here that it's connecting. Now that's provided you've already connected it to your device. Big recommendation for you is to make sure that you've connected your device before you have a migraine attack, because it's really hard to go through the setup when you're in the middle of an attack. So you can see here it says start. I'm not ready to start yet because I haven't put it on my arm. If you try to do this once the device is on your arm and you haven't actually turned it on, it can be much more tricky. So you take off the sticky back from that device, make sure that you keep it because you're going to need to put it back on afterwards. And you can see I'm putting it here on my arm, halfway between my shoulder and my elbow. So that should be sticky. Once you've used it a few times, what I've discovered is that it gets slightly less sticky, but you can refresh that. So another helpful tip is when you're putting this on your arm, just run it through the hole first of all, because it can be kind of hard to maneuver all that otherwise. So I'm just going to put this up over. As you see, I'm kind of fiddling around with it. So you really want to make sure that you have that through the slot before you start. Okay, see, I've got it on there. And now I'm just going to tighten it around my arm. It doesn't need to be really tight, just so it's nice and snug. And then at this point, I should be ready to go. And it says here, start. So I'm going to push that, start. And you can see here that it says I have, I'm not sure if you can see that, 45 minutes left. And it's starting at 12%. So what you want to do is you're going to push these buttons right here to make it higher or lower intensity. And as you go up in intensity, then it's going to have more effect on you, hopefully. It's also going to ask you a whole load of questions, which I'm going to skip right now because I don't want to do them. It's all about, when did your migraine attack start? Do you have sensitivity to light, to sound? How severe is it? And do you have sensitivity to touch? And to your stress level in the past 24 hours, your ability to do activities. So I just skipped through those, which you are obviously able to do. So, and then I want to increase it because 12% is not strong enough for me. So I read somewhere that in order for it to be the most effective, it needs to be at around 20%, but I'm not sure if that is actually true. I always try to get up somewhere around 20%. Just a tip. Do not hold it down on this button and do not tap it quickly, because it will jump up and it may give you a little jolt if you're not expecting it to increase in intensity. So every time you touch that plus sign, it says increasing intensity. And as soon as that stops flashing, that increase in intensity, then put it up another notch. I'm going to try to show that to you. So right now, see if I can do it back to front. See how it's flashing? That means it's increasing intensity. As soon as it stopped flashing, I'm going to do it again. And now I'm getting up to 18%. So the goal of the intensity is to get it just below your pain threshold. The first few times it may be a little difficult for you to know where that's going to be. You may have to experiment. It's okay to go like one above your pain threshold and then just go back down again. You don't want it to hurt you, but you do want it to have obviously some kind of intense stimulation on your arm. So let me see, I'm actually going to go up to 21, and that is my toleration level for today. So I'm at 21%. Now at this point you have an option. So the way that this is designed is it should run for 45 minutes and then it automatically stops. So that is the process that was used for the clinical trials. If you do not want to go through the entire 45 minutes for whatever reason, you cannot stop it by pushing the on off button on your arm, because it's actually not an off button, it's only an on button. You need to stop it here. So you actually have the option, there's a pause button right in the middle, which I'm going to do right now. I'm actually going to pause it. And it says there, it's asking me, do I want to stop the treatment or do I want to resume the treatment? And those are the options that you will have for that. Now, it is a little glitchy with the Bluetooth. I'm going to be honest, you do need Bluetooth accessibility, and I find that it kind of goes in and out in terms of accessibility. It doesn't affect the intensity on my arm, but if I'm on my phone and I decide, hey, while this is going on, I'm going to play a game on my phone, or I'm going to be on Facebook if my attack isn't too bad, and then I try to come back, sometimes I have found that it is disconnected from the Bluetooth and I have to wait for it to reconnect. So I'm just going to encourage you, don't mess around with that. Just wait for it to reconnect, and don't try to take the device off until either it is reconnected and you have paused or stopped it, or the treatment has just ended after 45 minutes, in which case it will go off by itself. So I hope that that's helpful for you. Let us know if this device works for you. It's very, very easy to get. We have a lot of information posted on the Hope for Migraine group, which shows you how to access it. If your doctor isn't aware of it, we have a pharmacy form that they can fill out and they can send in. You can get a 1-month free trial. And apparently in the clinical trials, it looks like it's pretty effective, not for everybody. So even if it doesn't work for me, don't let that discourage you not trying it. I'm still in the process of trying it, and I'm never quick to say something does or does not help, because migraines are so complex. So it may not help one of my migraines, but then it may help another. I may find that it doesn't help the really severe ones that just come out of the blue, but it may help stop or moderate a lower intensity one. And that's what I'm experimenting with now. That's what I'm trying to find out. So I would just encourage you, get the device, give it a try, and see how it works for you, and then let us know. Have a great day.